CBS Radio brings you The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Ethel Bunce.
Well, how come you're home from the office so early?
I'm supposed to get home early.
Yeah, I know, but you never do, or very seldom.
Well, I just left. Now, I'll tell you what.
Good.
I thought we'd pile the kids into the car and drive over to Pine City. County fair's going on. I'll bet they'd get a kick out of it, huh?
Now, Bobby's still sleeping, dear. He didn't sleep much last night. It was so hot. He was dead tired all day. I put him up for his nap at 2, and he hasn't awakened yet.
Well, that's fine. He'll be rested then. He can stay up later. In fact, you don't have to plan any dinner either. See, we can get something to eat at the fairgrounds. The kids are like that.
Oh, well, I don't know, dear.
Oh, now why? For Pete's sake, you say I never plan anything to do with the children. Now I got a good idea.
Well, I don't know if Betsy will want to go, that's what.
Betsy, she'll love it.
Well,
I mean, there are rides to go on. I'll take her into some of the side shows. Then there's a show at the grandstand.
Well, that starts too late for Bobby, anyhow.
Well, let him stay up late for once. It won't hurt him. Anyhow, what if he does fall asleep? I'll carry him.
But I'm not sure Betsy wants to go. I don't know what's the matter with her, but she's upset about something. She's up in her room with the door closed.
Oh, what's she upset about?
Dear, I don't know. I just told you I don't know.
Well, why didn't you find out?
I guess she apparently doesn't want to tell me. Now, you know how children are. If they want to tell you something, they tell you. And if they don't want to tell you, no amount of prying will get it out of them.
Oh, well, no 9-year-old child could have such a terrible problem that she can't even tell her mother what it is.
I guess you've forgotten what it's like to be 9 years old. That's when you have your terrible problems, dear. Oh, I know my child.
Oh, now, really, that's nonsense. I want to take Betsy and Bobby to the county fair. Now, I mean, that's simple enough, and I know they get a big bang out of it. And I know my child, too. Look, Betsy can't have any worries that a ride on a Ferris wheel and some sugar-spun candy won't cure.
Well, maybe you're right, dear. You go ask her.
Martha, what do you hear from your sister?
She's coming for a visit, and I dread it.
Martha!
With the nagging backache and muscular aches and pains I've had lately, I feel worn out.
Nobody feels very spry with that discomfort, so do something for relief.
But how?
Try Doan's pills.
Good advice. That's Doan's pills, an analgesic and mild diuretic to the kidneys. Nagging backache, also headache, dizziness, and muscular aches and pains may come on with overexertion, emotional upsets, or everyday stress and strain. Doan's pain-relieving action is often the answer, and they also offer mild diuretic action through the kidneys. So if nagging backache is making you feel worn out, tired, and miserable, with restless, sleepless nights, don't wait. Try Doan's pills, used successfully by millions for over 60 years. See if they don't bring you the same welcome relief. Get Doan's pills today. To save money, buy Doan's Big Economy size.
Betsy? Betsy, you in your room?
Yes,
Well, may I come in?
just a minute.
Well, for Pete's sakes, honey, why do you have your door locked? Huh?
I don't know.
Hey, you been crying?
No.
Well, now, look at me. I got an idea. I wanted to tell you. Thought we could all pile in the car and drive over to Pine City to the county fair. We'll get some dinner at the fairgrounds. Wouldn't that be fun? You know how you and Bobby love to eat out. And not only that...
No, thank you, Daddy. I don't want to go.
Darling, there's lots of rides to go on. I'll take you up on the Ferris wheel. There's a merry-go-round and the whip and those little cars that you like to drive. And the show at the grandstand.
No, thank you, Daddy.
Well, now, look, I planned this especially. I left the office early so we could all drive over and...
Well, you and Mommy and Bobby go then.
Well, we're not going to leave you here alone, and I'm certainly not going to get a babysitter to stay with you. And when I planned this especially for you and Bobby...
I'm sorry, Daddy, but I just don't want to go.
Why?
I don't feel like going, Daddy.
Now, what is the trouble? You can tell your Daddy, can't you? What are you upset about? Somebody say something that hurt your feelings? Huh?
No.
Yes, they did. Daddy can tell. Now, look, you just forget about it, because we're going to the fair and we're going to have a wonderful time. Now, wash your face and comb your hair. We'll get Bobby up from his nap, and we'll...
Daddy, please. I just don't want to go.
But we'll have fun.
I just don't feel like having fun, Daddy. Please, Daddy. I just want to be alone. You always said I could have privacy in my own room.
Yes. Well, all right, I'll go out. But you want to get ready because we're going to the fair.
Come on, Brownie. Come on now, eat your dinner. Brownie. Come on.
Oh,
eat your dinner now.
There
so
you are. I have been
Here,
chasing
try it.
all over the house looking for you. Honestly, you can disappear quicker. You know, you think we lived in a mansion.
Brownie. Eat your dinner.
I can be talking to a person in this house right there 1 second, and 2 seconds later, I can yell my head off, you know. I yell and I yell.
I didn't hear you, dear. I came out here to give the dog his dinner. If we're going to the fair, and I'd better feed the rest of the zoo, too. Have you seen the cats?
Cats? No, Lil, I just talked to Betsy, and I wanted to tell you...
Wait, just a minute. Brownie, come on, eat. It's so good. I'll get it. You want me to get it, huh? Oh, look at him. Honestly, you see all these ads on TV where the dogs just wolf down their food. Why can't our dog be like that? No,
Well...
indeed. No matter what I give him, he has to be coaxed like a baby. Come on, Brownie. Come on. I'm going to get it. Yes, I
Look,
am.
I am sorry, but he just doesn't seem to care.
You want me to get it, huh?
Yeah, you go ahead and eat it.
This looks so good.
Darling, if you leave him alone, you know, he doesn't like to be watched when he eats. I know that dog. Anyhow, never mind, will you? Never mind. If he's hungry, he'll eat. Now, I've been...
Well, he just makes me so mad to go all this trouble to fix him, you know, just the right thing.
The dog makes you mad. Well, look, our daughter makes me mad. I tell you, children beg to be taken places. Then when
Brownie.
you plan something...
Come on, Brownie.
You know, and you go to
Betsy
all...
want to go to the fair?
No, she doesn't feel like it. Well, I told her to get ready, whether she felt like it or not.
Well, now, wait a minute. Did you ask her what was wrong?
I couldn't get anything out of her, but as soon as she gets to the fair, she'll forget about whatever it is that's bothering her, and she'll have a wonderful time. Now, stop worrying.
Don't you think that we should try to be a little more understanding?
How are you going to be understanding if you don't know what the trouble is? And she obviously is not going to tell us. You know, she had her door locked.
Oh, dear. Think there was some party she wasn't asked to? She acted just like this when she didn't get an invitation to somebody's birthday party.
No, I don't think it's that. I mean, she was obviously hiding something under her pillow.
Come on, Brownie, eat. Come on, you want me to get it?
Hey, for the love of Mike.
Hmm?
You...
What?
You don't think she... I mean, you don't think she's been smoking?
Smoking? 9 years old? Really,
Well,
dear? What
now,
is
now,
certainly
wait a minute. Now.
not. Betsy's never even been a child who played with matches. Why, that is without the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Did you smell smoke?
No, I didn't smell
Well, why do you even suggest such a thing?
Look, at some time or other, kids try it. Now, we might as well face the fact that
Not
happens.
at 9 years old. And I'm just not...
Well, I
going to
did.
discuss
I
that.
did. Look, I had the door to my room locked, and I took 2 puffs, and I got deathly sick. And I spent an hour waving a towel all around the room. I could see myself now, hoping that I'd gotten all the smoke out the window. Then I didn't know what to do with the cigarette butt, so I just threw it out the window, where it landed at my father's feet. I hadn't noticed that he was working in the yard.
Oh, no.
Yes, by golly.
I
I've
bet that
forgotten
was
all
something.
about that.
I
don't
bet
know
that was something.
how I forgot it. Boy, did I get tan.
Did
I
you?
didn't sit down for a week.
I'll bet you weren't 9 years old.
Well, no, I guess I was closer to 12 or 13.
Well, anyhow, it's boys who do things like that, dear, really.
Boys?
You know. Yes, I think so. yeah.
Girls don't, huh?
Well, I don't think Betsy has been smoking. I mean, you said yourself you didn't smell smoke. Anyhow, if she's upset, it is over something that has hurt her feelings. Something like that. She's very sensitive. Is she crying?
Yeah, she has been. Her eyes are all puffed and red. I wanted to pick her up and cuddle her, you know, and ask her what was wrong with Daddy's baby girl. But somehow she didn't seem like Daddy's baby girl anymore that I could pick up and cuddle.
Well, she's growing up, dear. She's getting to be a person in her own right.
Oh, I'll say she is. She practically asked me to leave the room so she could be alone. I was a little annoyed, to tell you the truth.
You're the one who made a great point that her room was her room, where she could always expect to have privacy.
I know.
Yes,
But I didn't
all
mean
right.
it to be a place where she runs and hides and cries her eyes out, for heaven's sakes, behind locked doors, shutting us out. Where have we been wrong? Can you tell me that she doesn't feel that she can tell us?
Did you tell your parents everything?
We have tried to make Betsy feel that she can talk over anything at all with us.
Did you talk over everything with your parents?
No, but my parents didn't make me feel that I could either. I mean, there's certain subjects that were absolutely taboo. But I certainly think that as modern parents, we have taken a more broad-minded viewpoint about everything. I mean, we've told Betsy there is nothing that she can't discuss with us. I mean, so knowing that, why does she clam up about something that's probably very trivial?
You forget how important everything is when you're 9 years old. Someone calls you stupid or homely, or the teacher bawls you out, or your world for the moment has come to an end. You can't even talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I feel guilty dragging her to the fair if she doesn't want to go. Heaven knows it wouldn't be any fun for any of us.
Well, I'll go talk to her. I'll see if I can find out what's wrong.
We'll return to the couple next door in just a moment. Here's that popular pair, Gary Moore and Durward Kirby, stars of CBS Radio's Gary Moore Show.
Not so long ago, you and I were a brand new thing back here on CBS Radio.
Oh, that's for true. And now even Bestseller, which came along at the end of June, doesn't seem like a newcomer anymore.
No, indeed. Bestseller's definitely been here long enough now to prove its point.
Which point, not to appear too obtuse, old buddy?
Well, the point that people are delighted to hear their favorite best-selling reading turned into living drama.
Yeah, well, to sum it up, you can figuratively turn the pages of our current bestseller on CBS Radio each weekday.
Indeed, we suggest you do.
Today, Bestseller is beginning the dramatization of a new novel. Its title is Evie, and it's by Vera Caspary, author of that classic novel, Laura. Evie is the story of a beautiful young girl living in Chicago during the Prohibition era. It's a story of love, violence, and death, and it's fascinating from start to finish. Hear it weekdays on CBS Radio's Bestseller.
Well, go get Bobby up from his nap while I get ready. We're going to the fair.
Oh, Betsy, too?
Mm-hmm.
Mommy, I'll put on my navy blue. That's a dark color.
Yes, that would be fine, dear. She'll be in mourning. She's heard people wear dark colors when somebody dies.
Somebody dies? Well, Mike, who died?
Beth.
Beth? Beth who?
Beth March. Didn't you ever read Little Women?
What are you talking about?
Dear Betsy has just gone through what every woman has gone through when she was a little girl and read Little Women for the first time. She reached the chapter where Beth dies, and apparently she has been reading and rereading it as I did and weeping more each time.
You mean all this because she's been reading a book?
Yes. She didn't tell me. I happened to see the book under the edge of the pillow, and I asked her how much she'd read. She could hardly answer me, and then her eyes filled with tears, and she said, "Oh, Mommy, Beth is dead." Well, I told her I knew how she felt. But we finally decided Beth would have wanted her to go to the fair.
all this over a book. I thought something terrible had happened.
Well, didn't you ever get upset over a book when you were little?
No, but I didn't read Little Women. I read Treasure Island and Robinson Crusoe. Oh, well, I think I did have a bad moment or two when Oliver Twist held out his little hands for another bowl of gruel at the workhouse and then got horsewhipped or something for asking for it. But...
Well, then you do understand. Now, come on, let's get ready to go to the fair. And, dear, try to respect Betsy's mood. Don't be overly cheerful. Until she gets to the fair, she will probably be quiet and tragic and just stare pensively out the car window, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, all right. Boy, I can see that our life has taken on new dimensions, huh? Remember how tired we got of reading the funny papers to her?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. How wonderful when she learns to read herself, we said.
Yes.
You remember?
The Couple Next Door stars Peg Lynch and Elinor Bunce.